Not everybody gets their vehicle ceramic coated. Although the newer the vehicle is, the more likely someone is, the more valuable the vehicle is, so the more sense it makes to have it coated. 2025 Silverado Trail Boss Z71. This thing is pretty nice. He comes in every few months. Exterior detail, takes very good care of his vehicles. I get along really well with those types of people. Interior is very clean. I don't remember if I detailed the interior at some point. Maybe I did. But today we are doing the mid-level of my exterior detail. So there's the basic exterior detail where it's basically just whatever we're doing in the wash bay, and then put really, really good ceramic wax on. The next one up is a premium exterior detail, which adds polishing to that step. Everything else is the same. And then the pro exterior detail is the Optico Ultra Shine, that really shiny, glossy coating. So then the detail, the polish, and then that coating. And then you're going to get max gloss, and then you can forget the polishing and the detailing every few months, and then just have that done every few years if you want to keep putting that coating back on. So just to kind of contrast why coatings are more valuable, right? So in other words, you're going to spend less money doing it. And I'm not talking about Ultra Shine is a coating that's only designed to last a few years. It's really glossy, really shiny, but it gives up its durability for that gloss. What makes Optico Pro, Pro Plus, and Pro 3 more valuable is the fact that they're not going to wear off. You're going to put the coating on, and then it's going to endure. There's no polishing. There's maybe once a year detailing, once every 2 years for the exterior. Other than that, it's just a quick wash, whether you want to bring it in here or whether you want to do that at home or you want to run it through the touchless automatic. If you're going to wash it at home with yellow ONR or the Opticoat No Rinse, you want to do that every couple weeks. Take you 20 minutes. You could skip the roof every once in a while. If you have a lot of salt on your vehicle, what you could do is pre-rinse it with the yellow ONR, which I would recommend anyway. So what you want to do there, whatever bottle, spray bottle, pump sprayer, battery operated sprayer you're using, that's going to be your pre-spray. And then you just want to rinse like excessively, rinse the salt off, right? Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, go to the self-serve wash bay, pop a bunch of coins in there and use there. Hopefully it is a spot-free rinse. If you go to a car wash that looks like it's maybe a little raggedy, for lack of a better term, maybe go to a better one, spend a little bit more money, use their water, and you can just, again, spray the no rinse on there. Even if it dries, it's perfectly fine. And then you take the water from the self-serve wash bay and just kind of do. You're rinsing light. You're not trying to clean concrete, right? You're not trying to dig and remove. You just want to loosen up some of that salt. Most of it's going to stay. If you try to remove it, that's where you're going to get scratches. That's where the scratches come from when you actually try to force the dirt that's stuck, right? So rinsing a vehicle is not a very good way to remove dirt. It's going to remove like 10% of the dirt. And if it's salt, yeah, you just want to loosen it up a little bit. But I think you'd be better off just using the no rinse and just, using a good amount and pre-rinsing down really it's just down your side from about the midline down and then your tailgate bumper, that sort of thing. And if it dries, perfectly fine. It does not have to stay wet. So regrettably, I'm working on a Saturday, but with being off for a couple days, his schedule, it's Saturday. This is not a huge project, detail polish, and then I'm going to put sealant on. And so Saturdays are nice because nobody bugs me. Nobody calls. Nobody comes in, and it is fantastic. There is a pretty big difference between detailing a coated vehicle versus non. So he takes very good care of this truck. I don't think he drives like a lot of miles. Of course, there was some dirt kind of stuck to the bottom. Very common, even with the little mud flaps and the running boards. Stuff still was actually there was dead worms which the tire kicked up and were stuck to the Nerf bars, the running boards. Kind of funny. They're like full size. I mean, they were big guys, about 2 inches long, pretty crusty and gross. Interesting that that happens, but that just shows you the dirt that kind of flings up. Now, when it's coated, dirt will still stick there, but it doesn't stick hard, right? You don't need to like scrub it or agitate it aggressively. It comes right off. Now, if you let your car go for 6, 8 months, a year, and you don't wash it, it's going to be hard to clean regardless, because if you don't wash your vehicle, that's really the basics. With or without a coating, not much is going to matter. It'll take you less than 30 minutes to wash this thing if it's coated. Nevertheless, looks really good, looks really shiny at this point. My premium exterior detail, which is $350, it is a detail in the wash bay, a polish, a very, very light polish, and then a sealant. Lasts about 9 months to a year. Really brings out kind of the deep color, the gloss. It adds a lot of gloss. Now, it's going to be short-lived because it's not a, although there's ceramic in there, it's not a ceramic coating. So the difference is the coating will bond and ride the contours of the clear coat, whereas a sealant will not bond. It may still ride the contours of the clear coat, but it's not going to make a bond. In other words, it's not going to like dig in and hang on for a long period of time. Hence, when you get dirt that flings and sticks, it kind of cuts right through the sealant. Although it does add protection, there is now a light barrier there. I think the most of what you get from a detail polish and a sealant or a wax, most of it is the instant gratification. Looks really good. It's very shiny, but you don't get that permanent, easy to clean, even better gloss. You just get the gloss. You do get a little bit of protection, but for the most part, it is the shine, the clean look. It looks good. You can park in the parking lot. It's going to look better than every vehicle there. It is a little bit easier to clean your vehicle the next time you do after this sort of detail, but it doesn't stay that way for very long, as opposed to a coating, which continuously, perpetually, every time you clean it, it gets easier and easier. And that is the difference in the value. The reason the coating is so much more valuable, in other words, it's going to be, even though you're spending more, it's absolutely worth the additional cost. And you're going to spend less over time. And you're not going to need me as much. If you want me to wash it, certainly I can, but you're not going to need me. You can get the products yourself, a wash sponge, drying towel, microfiber, and Opticoat, the yellow no rinse. You really can't get any easier than that. And if you want to come to me once a year, you see your doctor once a year, kind of the same idea. If you want to stretch it out, 1.5 to 2 years, you certainly can. When you get a coating, you do get automated text saying your vehicle's coated. You get it every year saying it's needs, if you want to bring it in, we can do a deep cleaning. You don't have to. And then the option there, I know this is not a coating. We're talking about something. This is a premium exterior detail, not a coating. But the options, even for this, I mean, there are options for this too. You can get your vehicle detailed, polished, and wax sealant, or a light duty coating. Same thing with the ceramic coating. You can get your, I know this is cool, you can get your truck or car detailed. We can skip the polishing with the coated vehicle. When you get your vehicle, your coated vehicle detailed once a year, you can pick a wax, a sealant, or that light duty coating. We can actually put a coating on top of the coating, adds even better protection, more gloss, that sort of thing. You really can't go wrong. Even wax, it'll add a ton of gloss. It'll put some of the UV absorbers back into the coating that may have been lost. Pretty cool stuff. Appreciate you following along with this 2026 Trail Boss Silverado Z71. This has been doing this sort of thing. The premium exterior details is very easy. It's very quick. It does not take long, and he takes good care of this truck. So he made it a lot easier for me. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye. I am not left-handed. Whew. Oh, my left arm. Yikes.